There's actually someone who encouraged my entrepreneurship journey, and that was my father. Everywhere I worked, he would call me and say, Ifeoluwa, so if you were to leave this place today, can you do exactly what this company is doing? Are you learning how to do the business? And most of the time I'll tell him, no, like I don't even want to do this. Hi, my name is Ifeoluwa Johnson, and I live here in Lagos, Nigeria. I came up with my business idea, Healthtracka, based on a very sad incident actually. 2019, actually, my dad passed. And it was strange because we just got the call that he slumped, which was very strange. So, I began to do investigations of what happened. And the doctor told us he had hypertension and diabetes untreated for so long. We had no idea. He was fine. I can confirm that. Everybody knew that he was fine. But apparently not, because our body gives us all these warnings and signs, but we ignore it. We think that we're okay, but because we're only seeing what's happening outside, we're not checking what our blood is saying about us. It was during my grief, 2019 into early 2020, COVID had started, so I had more time to grieve. And, I began to dig deeper to say, why would we wait until we are half dead to go seek healthcare? Why will even educated people, we went to school, we know that we should be more proactive about our health, what's happening. And while I was doing this research, I realized that there are two key things. One is definitely affordability. We're in Africa, right? So obviously affordability is going to be an issue. But the second one is convenience, right? Which means that most people will rather, just treat the symptoms and maybe just take drugs, as opposed to go seek healthcare if they don't feel like they're under pressure, or they don't feel like I'm gonna die today, right? So, and that was what we began to set out to solve, and said, if we can make medical diagnostics as easy and accessible and seamless as just ordering something online, then we can actually change our health outcomes in Africa. Healthtracka is a digital health company that is focused on making medical diagnostics accessible and seamless for everyone in Africa. We want to make medical diagnostics as accessible as buying a dress online. We basically had to test every single idea that we had. I remember that when we launched, we wanted to launch with just one particular test, right? We wanted to launch with STD test. And then it was actually by speaking to people that I realized that because of the stigma, people would not be bold enough to say, oh, I have this app on my phone, when, everybody already knows that it's for STDs, right? While if we open it up, even from the beginning and had on a bit more tests, then, it can't be open. We would never have known that if we didn't speak and test that idea and validate. I built up the resilience to overcome some of these challenges by giving myself no other choice, right? I remember that, when we launched, May 2021, I realized that I told the world, right? People now know, people are congratulating, oh, wow, you went ahead, you did it. I cannot fail. No, people know. So I gave myself no other option. I had to figure it out. And I remember having to go to several offices, actually just going to find people that could remotely help me solve some of the challenges, and just sitting down until I could figure it out, reaching out to people I considered mentors, experts, and cold calling. So rejection is definitely one thing that every founder, every entrepreneur needs to be ready for. In fact, to brace up for it. You have to be comfortable with rejection. You have to know that it's part of the process. Everybody gets rejected. It's not special to you. It's not special to me. Nobody is that special that would never get a rejection, right? So it would be a game of numbers, right? And you need to realize that ASAP. Which is, if I need 5 yeses, what's the percentage, right? How many people do I need to pitch to? So if you're raising money, for example, just know that you have to pitch to a minimum of 80 to 100 people. You may be lucky and don't have to, but be prepared to speak to that many to find the people who believe in you.